Welcome back to another episode of Sailing Sitka.
On this week's episode...
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Did you get it?
Yeah. I've never been this close to humpbacks before. What is this life?
Holy shit balls. We ended up breaking the gooseneck. You can see how it's separated here. There's no ifs or buts about that. Like, that needs to be changed. Going to fail. It's cracked pretty much all the way through because we can't sail with that. On today's episode, we gotta fix things that broke. Classic sailing episode, I guess.
Yep.
So basically, I don't know when this would have came out, but on our sail from Mazatlan to La Cruz, we ended up breaking the gooseneck there on the main. Yeah. So now it's about 3 weeks later, and we're still in La Cruz, but you know, we've been busy doing nothing, basically. Busy hanging out with friends.
Enjoying our time here.
Enjoying our time, relaxing. But Mom came for a visit. So now we finally are in the stage where we kind of need to get stuff sorted. So we're going to put the main up real quick here. Because last time we put it down, it was kind of like in a hurry. So I just want to put it up, make sure the track's good. Because if it's not, I'll need to go up and hammer it in place as per usual. And if that's not the case, then that's good. We'll just put her back down, and then I'm going to do a little bit of epoxy work on the boom. We'll just show you that in a second. Just nothing crazy. It just set the bottom. So the boom is made out of 4 parts, 4 pieces of wood, like a box construction. So 2 pieces that are sideways, 2 pieces upwards, and then the bottom part has kind of, at the gooseneck part, is a little crack. We'll just show you that in a bit. So first thing, we'll need to make ourselves a little workstation. So for us here, that means dropping the dinghy in the water. Then we'll put the sail up, like I said, and then we'll investigate and see what the plan is for the epoxy. So this is what I was afraid of. So if we go up, you'll see that the sail will block and hits a part of the slide that's like all bent right there. You can see it now that we can see the car there. It's easy to bend. It's really bent. I'm gonna have to go up and address that. So we've been pretty lucky with not having to hammer the track lately in our last few sails, but the last one, the luffing, is what destroyed the gooseneck, and in turn also by the time it left, I got to put the sail down, and that probably torqued it because I remember it being caught. So anyways, yeah, it's a pain in the bum, but you know, it's what you got to deal with sometimes.
And not to mention, it's so rolly, so I can't even imagine going up the mast right now. Things
don't fix themselves, so gotta go up and do it. At least I got good gear, thanks to Alex. So. The good old hammer. But so this line, if you guys don't know, you're probably wondering why it's tied to the top of the sail there. It's because this track is such a nightmare that we added this used line that it's our old mizzen halyard actually that we use when we varnish the sail, when we varnish the mast. That's why it's full of varnish, and we just use it as a downhaul. So if ever the track like this time gets caught, we actually use this to put the sail down. I mean, if you guys, I won't bring you guys up with me because you've seen this enough. If you haven't, like, go back in some episodes. I do this a lot. So.
Go back to almost every episode, and Jay goes aloft.
Yeah, sadly, it's a common thing.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's go. I locked my shoulder really bad.
Just now?
Going, like, holding on to that mast when it's swimming. Oh.
This one?
Yeah, right there, like my neck, right there.
I don't know if you guys can see that far, but there's some beautiful whales. We see whales almost every single day in this anchorage. It is absolutely incredible.
Holy shit balls.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Did you get it?
Yeah,
Holy
I did.
balls.
Oh.
Okay, that's nuts. Okay,
Like,
that was nuts. That happened last night. We'll tell you the story after.
yeah.
But it was insanity. Right there!
Oh, she's putting on a show. Hi, sweetheart. Oh.
I missed that one. Yeah, that was epic though, because we had that experience yesterday, but way closer to the boat, and scary. It was kind of scary, but it was just at dusk. We're coming back to the dinghy.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, the whale came like fully out, like maybe like even more out than it did there. Oh, right there.
Oh, she's so close.
Carly would lose her mind.
She's gonna lose her mind on this for sure. Oh.
There's two.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a mom and a calf.
Jeez Louise. You guys, we see whales every day.
In this anchorage, yeah. So
every day. Like,
so this is La Cruz, and we're anchored quite far out. Oh, there it is.
yeah, she's still there.
We're anchored quite far out compared to the other boats, and every single day we see whales, but the last 2 days has been insane. Like, they come really, really, really close.
Yeah.
Like, last night we were coming in with the dinghy, and it was dusk, so it was just about to get really dark, and it was already dark a bit. And as we're like maybe 10 feet from 15 feet from our boat, so I turned the engine off and just drift towards the boat, and then this humongous humpback just jumped, and it felt like it jumped at the height of the spreaders on the main mast. Like, it was fully out of the water,
And she's like 10 feet from the bow.
it was actually scary. I thought she was gonna land on the bow because it was dark and it was hard to see, but it was awe-inspiring but also terrifying at the same time. Like, I was like, holy shit, like, that was so close, and we're in this tiny little inflatable dinghy.
Yeah.
And you look so tiny next to them.
I've never been so close to a breach where like my first immediate reaction was like concern and not like wow. You know what I mean?
Today was cool though right now, like, because we got it on film. Like, a lot of times, like, we just don't have time to grab the GoPro or film, or it's at night. A lot of times, like, we hear them and then we come out and they're right next to the boat and just drifting or sleeping. Or
it's insane.
She's over there right next to the
She's
panga.
just like, they just come right in here and like go in between all the boats. It's insane. I've never been this close to humpbacks before.
Yeah, it's really rad. And it's a 30-foot depth around here, and then it goes down to like the low 20s over there.
Some people don't even get to see a whale breach, and we just saw it breach like
10 times.
10 times. Like, what is this? What is this life? Rolling.
All right, so this is what we have to do every single time that we end up bluffing. So this is why we got to go back to Canada this summer and work and make some money.
We didn't tell them yet.
Oh, yeah. We didn't?
No.
Yeah, well.
Well, there's...
We're going to be putting the boat up in Guaymas and going back home for June to October so we can work probably 7 days a week and raise some money, because we got a few things to fix on the boat here to keep going on this journey, and boat things are expensive, so we got to do what you got to do, you know? If you look up here, like, this is about to fail, right? Like, this metal here is completely cracked through. I've just noticed this right now. Yeah, there's no ifs or buts about that. Like, that needs to be changed. Oh, and it's cracked at the top too. You can see the crack here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this part is about to fail, so, and then we'd be real fucked. So yeah, this will need to be changed here. I'm gonna have to contact a metal worker here this week, and we're gonna have to take everything down, like the sail off, the boom off. So I'm probably gonna fabricate a new way of holding this kind of setup, or the gooseneck. Probably like a 3/4 clamp, so something that goes pretty much around the whole mast, but not quite. And then a pivoting gooseneck with a pin and a bracket. Like, the bracket will stay exactly the same, like we won't change the design of that. Just we gotta get a new one, because this is like literally going to fail. It's cracked pretty much all the way through. Kind of unexpected. This wasn't planned. We thought we were just gonna have to fix a bit of this, but yeah, turns out it's a bigger job than anticipated here. We knew we were gonna have to change this probably next season, but now we're definitely gonna have to change this season, because we still have like 700 nautical miles to do, because we can't sail with that.
All right, so we are getting into the dinghy, and our amazing friends, once again, Max and Karen, they know a metal fabricator here in La Cruz, so that's what we're off to do. Jay did some cute drawings.
Let's see, we got the map going on here. Oh. They were nice enough to draw us a map. So this is where we're going.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but we'll bring you along.
So yeah, we'll see what this turns out to be like.
All right, let's see if this bad boy starts here. All right, so we have our various drawings that I drew. I mean, this is probably going to be a bit hard. So we got a version that might be a little more easy to produce here. And yeah, now we're just walking, trying to find this metal shop. Everything's a little bit harder when you don't know where you gotta go.
And when you don't speak Spanish.
So the metal shop that we were gonna go to is closed. But then we went to the boat store and they told us about Ricardo, which we've heard from our friends, who's a welder and apparently lives on this street. They said just past the meat store, just past the meat store, there's gonna be a gray gate. So let's see.
There's the meat store.
There's the meat store.
Bye.
There's a hole going through here and a hole so that this vertical hole, this is the flat here, welded on the flat so that the thing can draw. Alright, so even though obviously my Spanish is muy terrible, with the drawings and like the pictures, I think he got the gist of it, and I could see that he had like really good thick stainless steel metal. So he couldn't really give me a price because he needs to price out the metal he's gonna need to get from Guadalajara. But tomorrow we'll bring him like all the parts. Or actually, we can't do that tomorrow.
So we're back on the boat now. What we realized in the last video was that we actually aren't going to be here at the time that we told Ricardo. We're actually dealing with our other problem, which is the prop. So we have to go pick up the prop in Puerto Vallarta around 10 and 11. But we're probably going to be able to just swing by Ricardo's and give him the measurements that he needs. So yeah, dealing with all of the fixings, and currently I am cooking some pasta, and Jay is designing this part that we need.
Well, many parts that we need. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. I'm trying to make sure that like there's no, you know. So I'm trying to do like each part and then dimensions, like the part individually, then like different views. So like a side view so he knows where to weld, and then a top view, of what needs to happen. Actually, I just noticed here I should probably thicken that up like that so he understands that this swing is there. And then same for like this part, like it's a big chunk of metal, and then how it interacts with the part A on the previous page is this, and then how it interacts with it from the side would look like that. And then designing the bracket that goes on the mast, and once again front view, side view, and then making sure all the dimensions work together so that it forms a puzzle. And then the pins, the custom pins we gotta create. So yeah, you know, good thing I got this engineering sketchbook. It makes life a lot easier.
Stay tuned next week for another episode of Sailing Sitka.
Thank you to all our viewers, and a special thank you to our patrons who make this lifestyle a reality.